Hello. Need to spend some time talking about doors. Close that up. And what I do is I grab this PDF and I start looking at the doors, figuring out um, the doors that are of the same size, and start numbering them on this sheet. But you also have to take into account what we call the hand of the door. So I did send this as an attachment to a message, and every company does it a little different. It just says right here, please note, Doorway Plus and all manufacturers we represent use the above industry standard method of handing the door. So you have a left-hand door if the hinge is on the left and it opens inward. If the hinges are on the right and it opens inward, it's a right-hand door. And then you have left-hand reverse and right-hand reverse if the hinges are on the left and opens outward, or the hinges are on the right and opens outward. So I've got that chart sitting here, and I've got my PDF printed out here, and I've gone around on this PDF and I've numbered my doors, and then I've put LH, RH, LHR, RHR using this chart to go in and figure out what the doors are, the doors that I need. And we have to go in and adjust some stuff in the doors, rename the doors in essence, pull in the correct type of doors, and kind of get this set up before we start placing the doors. So if I go over to Revit, this is going to be what the schedule looks like. It has a count, level, type mark, type, width, height, rough, oh, I'm sorry, that's I want the door schedule. Count, level, mark, width, height. I put the head height in. I think that's important. I do have one door that's at 7 foot, the garage door, but it still has a 6'8" head height. Then I have the handing of the door under type comments. If I go up here to the first floor, I have all my doors placed, but I'm going to go through and repeat the process that we had to go through and show you the things we had to add to get to this level. I did go through down here in the corner of my sheet. I noted the different types of doors I need. I need a single bifold, a double bifold. I need some flush mount doors here. This is a glass sliding door. This is an exterior door here and over here, and I really don't like the way these doors conflict with the swings, but there's not much you can do with it. Then we have overhead sectionals over here. So I had to load some doors. When I go over to architecture and door, you will only have, when you start this out, as this single flush will be loaded. And I've done a lot of adjusting to the single flush. But I added the bifold 2 panel, the bifold 4 panel. I've added the overhead sectional and the single decorative 2 and the sliding 2 panel. So what I did is I went up to insert and I did load family and I went to doors, and if you have this kind of marked on a chart, but here's the single 2 panel, and I can use the control key and get the 4 panel. I don't know if I have these listed. There's an overhead sectional. We don't have want the overhead rolling. That's a commercial roll-up door. We should have single decorative 2. I used single decorative 2, so again the control key, single decorative 2, and I have another in here that we put in. It was a sliding 2 panel, I believe. Yep, sliding 2 panel. So I have those all using the control key all highlighted at once, and when I do open, those would all be placed into the drawing. I'm not going to do that right now because I already have them in there, but you can highlight them all with the control key, and then you can bring them into your drawing. We don't put all of these in the drawing because the more stuff you have in the drawing, the bigger it is, the more space it takes up on your hard drive. So once I had these here, this overhead sectional, if I went to edit type, it was actually 6'6", I believe, by 6 foot. 6 foot, maybe 8 foot wide by 6'6" high. I made it 7 feet tall, and this door is supposed to be 9 feet wide. I could have duplicated it and left the original there and made my own, but I made that adjustment to it. And I could have, while I was in there, well, we'll worry about the tag later. I went into the flush doors down here, and I looked at them. There are 80 and 84-inch doors, so 6'8" and 7 foot tall doors. And I'm working with 6'8" head heights because I'm going to have my windows at 6'8". That keeps all the trim lines on the inside of the house even. But we have some left hands, some LHR, RHR, and some RH doors here. So what I did is I've got, if I look at my PDF here, I just started going around and I made this door number 1, the front door. And I went in and made the settings on that. I'm on my drawing here. I have it marked as a 1 with an LH behind it, so I had to make that a left-hand door. Then I did this. It's an exterior door to the garage. I made that number 2. It's a left-hand door. This door is number 3. The sliding door to the patio. It's a 7280. Then you kind of start going around and looking at the doors by the rules as defined on this sheet by this industry standard. This door into the laundry room is right hand. We have a door of the same size that goes into the bathroom. That's right hand. I'm sorry, that's number 7. It's not the same size. So the laundry room is a 2'8", and it's a right hand. If I go over and look at these 2 bedrooms, they're 2'8", right hand. This bathroom door is a 2'8", right hand. So what I try and do is figure out my numbering, then I place those doors and make sure that the names and the attributes fit the description of the door. Door number 5 was this door right here at the stairway. That's a left-hand reverse. It's number 5. Number 6 I put over here. It's a 2'4" door. That's a left-hand reverse. Number 7 is the bathroom door. It's 2'4", but it's a left-hand door. I go to the linen closet and the walk-in closet. I have a 2'4" door that are left-hand reverses, according to the charts. Oh, I may have a mistake here. This may be a right-hand reverse. I'm going to have to fix that. Yep, I've got a little. This is going to be 8 and 9, so I've got a mistake on my drawing. I've got going into the bedroom here a door that's 2'6". That's a right hand. I've got a bifold, and the overhead garage doors. So I'm going to have a numbering mistake on my drawing here because I'm going to end up making this number 9, this number 10, this will become 11, 12, these will become 13 in a few minutes here. So since this is a different door, if I go to a door and I edit its type, this is right hand reverse, and I gave it that name, 2880 right hand reverse. I'm going to duplicate this. That one is a right hand reverse. It's this one that should be. Oh, evidently I went in and made the right changes, because I do have this as a left hand reverse and a left hand reverse. Number 6, number 8. So I need to update this guy I do have things corrected. So I've got them. This is a right hand reverse. This is a left hand. It should be a left hand reverse. Number 6. And this number 6. 2880 left hand reverse. So this is just going to have to be 2880 left hand reverse. Alright, so when you grab a door, any door, if you go up to edit type, you can duplicate it and then give it a new name. So I did duplicate, and then I called this 3280 RH. I made sure that it was 6'8" tall, and that I had the 2'8" here, and then I went down and put in right hand. And I could take that same one and duplicate it if I have another 2-foot door, and I could just say it's a LHR, RHR, LH. So when I edit the door, when I duplicate it, I made sure the size of the door had the LH, the LHR, the RHR, whatever in there, and then I come down here under type comments and put in left hand. If it's an LHR, left hand reverse. So I've just edited each of my door types to match what I've placed on my chart. And if you want to, you can even change the numbers to match, but that's not a big deal because we can number these as we throw in the tags. And so what I did then is I put in my doors, and if I placed a door, so I'm going to put in another door, and I'm going to go right here, and I want that decorative, let's see, single decorative, and it's 3680, and actually I've got a 3680 LHR. Let's see what I did to that guy. I'm going to go edit him for a second. $36.84, 36. Let's see, 6'8". So I should have renamed this to 0 because it's 6'8" is 80 inches. Now it goes in, and what's going to determine the swing is how you place it. So this door is supposed to be placed in that fashion. And when I place the doors, I pay attention to whether they're centered on the wall or a certain distance away from the corner. Now this door I have centered on the wall. When I touch the door, I look at the measurements here from the inside to the inside, it's 1'9". If I touch this door, right now it says it's 6 inches. We're usually putting those 4 inches. So you do not need to dimension, especially your interior doors. We'll still probably place some dimensions on this, but you don't need to dimension the interior doors. If you pay attention to your general notes, the general notes say all doors 4 inches from corner or centered on wall unless otherwise noted. And one thing I did that I probably should fix on these if I'm going to be real picky is these are stud wall dimensions, and I have it at 4 inches. So if I really wanted to be exact, 4.5, but nobody's going to know. I mean, if I tell them that it's 4 inches from the corner unless otherwise noted, I have to assume that they know that I'm going to put sheeting on there, sheetrock, and it's 4 inches from the sheetrock. You could have it 4 inches from the stud wall, then you'd have 3.5 inches. Your trim would butt right up against it, and you wouldn't have anything to paint back there. So you can decide. You can either put them at 4 or 4.5. Doesn't make that much difference because we're not going to dimension the doors, the placement of the doors. The only door we would have to dimension is one that didn't fit those rules. This door over here, when it gets placed, what I did is I just placed the two doors 9 foot wide, and I went to the south elevation. I went over here and I put a dimension on it, annotate, and I used an aligned dimension, and I touched the edge of my cutout, the edge of the door, pulled it up here, and no matter what it was, then if I touch the door, I can change this. It's supposed to be 1.5 inches on each side because we will frame this up with a 2x that runs all the way down to about the bottom of the door. There will be cement under the door. This door sets down 4 inches. So your concrete sets up. We've got an 8-inch cutout. We'll have a 4-inch garage floor. This needs to come down to the top of the garage floor. We'll put that stuff in later. I did delete that measurement after I had it placed. So I also took these doors and changed their head height. Their head height was 7 foot. I set it to 6'8". So see if this is at 7, apply. It's sitting there at 7 foot, flush with the wall. I need to push it down 4 inches. So 6'8". Can apply that. If you wanted a taller door in the garage, you certainly could have that. And while I was out here in 3D land, I did go around and touch all my windows and make sure their head heights were at. And you can use the control key to select more than one window. Made sure their head heights were at 6'8". The windows go in with sill heights. They should go in with head heights. And so I just went around and grabbed all those. Put all the upstairs windows at 6'8". All these basement windows are actually at 7 foot. The reason they're at 7 foot is because there's 4 inches of cement slab that's going to exist down here. So if their head height's 7 foot now, when we're done, after we pour the cement floor, they will be at 6'8". So I go around and place all the doors, and then I tag them, and I go around. Sometimes I put in the door and then I put the tag on almost immediately. Other times I come back and tag them. But if you have your piece of paper and you've gone and written all the numbers in the right spots and indicated the hand of the door on this drawing, then it really simplifies the annotation. When you go to tag a door, I'm going to take this one off, annotate, tag by category. If I touch that door, it came up as number 3, which is fine. But if I put in another door here, it might want to tag it as number 14 or 15. You can go in, just touch this text and change it to whatever it's supposed to be to match what you have on your sheet. So you can change the numbers. The thing we have problems with would be on the schedule, getting like these comments to show up. If we don't have unique names on the doors, then we may have 3 different doors that are a left-hand reverse, a right-hand, and a left-hand that are all the same size. So here I've got a 2'8" and a 2'8". One's right-hand, one's left-hand reverse. I cannot get this text to change. If I change one, it'll change both of them because they have the same name. Here's 3 different 2'4". Oh, I've got a let's see, a number 6 that's a left-hand 2'4", and a number 7. I'm going to need to look at my 6s and 7s because they both say they're left hands. Let's see. 6 is a left-hand reverse. 7 is a left hand. So let's see what we've got here. 2 6s that are left-hand reverse. and 7 is a left hand, and 8 is a right hand reverse. Yep. So 2 foot 8, 2 foot 4 left hand reverse and left hand. So you have to go look at your chart. I found a couple of mistakes while I was doing this. You got stuff written down here, and you go through and double check everything. I did just add the text. I just came in here and typed bifold single, bifold double, and overhead, and now those appear on the list. So once you have one typed in, if you didn't put it in when you defined the door, you can define it here, and then it will assign this comment left hand back to the door style, and it will make something that's in a drop down that you can add to your door. I did also turn on grand totals here under formatting. Oh no, sorting and grouping. I turned the grand totals on so we can see that there are 17 doors. I also did that in the Windows schedule. Turn on grand totals so you can see there are a total of 11 windows. Hope that helps.